Got another flashlight video here for you. This one is the Wuben X3. Let's open this one up and take a look. Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. This company Wuben sent me their X3, and this is a part of their Easy Carry series. Now this is a really unique looking box that this comes in. I just cut these little tabs here on the side and take a look. That opens up. The little name tag just kind of stays right on there. That's pretty neat. Comes with the instruction manual here, and the instructions are pretty well printed here. It's pretty easy to read. We'll get into that here in a minute. Well, let's take a look at the light. That's a really small, compact light. Now you can see that this is set up right out of the box as a right angle light, which is pretty neat. That's really similar to this little O-clip light that I have. It's a little right angle light with a little clip on the back. I really do like this little light. And this does have a nice belt clip on the back. You could also clip that onto a hat. Something like that. It clips onto a hat pretty easily. Now, the neat thing about this is this head swivels 180 degrees. So take a look at that. The head swivels 180 degrees. That feels like it's really solid. Now, it stops right there. It will only go the 180 degrees, and then we can roll it back the other direction to the right angle light. Now, let's pull this right here. Now, because we got the advanced version, this comes with a little charging box. Let's open this one up. There are no ports or anything. There's nowhere to plug this in. It does have wireless charging. You can see right here on the front. So to charge the light, you either need to have a wireless pad or the charging base that just comes with the light itself. In the advanced version, you do get this charging box. Look, it just drops right into there. And look at that. It's charging right now in the box. I just put it in there. I haven't even turned the light on. All right, well, let's take it out of here and turn it on. The body of the flashlight glows almost like a breathing pattern. Gradual on, gradual off while it's charging. Now, of course, we'll get this case completely charged up and we'll plug that in a little bit. Kind of wanted to see where the light was at, and it says right there, it's a pretty nice little OLED LCD display right there, and it's showing that our battery level is at 80%. Let's take the light out and let's turn it on. Now, when you turn on the light, it actually tells you what mode it's in. So right now it's at 150 lumens. If you press it and hold, it drops down to 1 lumen, or the moonlight mode, not very bright. Press and hold again, and it jumps up to 50 lumens, which is medium, and then 150, which is high. And then if you double click, it goes into turbo, which it says right there, 700 lumens. That is really bright. It's not quite dark outside right now, but you can see that that does put out quite a bit of light. If you have sensitivity to flashing lights, just maybe look away for a minute. I'm going to go into strobe by pressing 3 times. There's the strobe mode. And then if you press 3 times again, it goes into SOS. And that's pretty neat to have already built into the light. Now, another thing I want to point out is this blue light on the body. This is on all the time when the light is on, unless you decide to turn it off. And the way to turn that off is by doing 5 clicks. There you go. Blue light is off, and you can use it without. If you want to turn it back on, 5 clicks again. There you go. Now, the neat thing about this light, and one thing that's really unique, is it also has a red light option. Now, to turn on the red light, all you need to do is press and hold the same button, and it turns on the red light. That's 80 lumens. That's really bright for a red light. Again, it's not even dark here yet, but we'll take a look at this light when it gets a little bit darker as well. Now, this will definitely clip nicely onto a belt, or as I showed you, onto the hat, but you can also put this on a tool bag like this. We can rotate that around and use it as a right angle light mounted right there on the front of the tool bag, and that would work really well. So I like that. I like how that fits on that clip. This is a pretty tight clip, by the way. You see how it's bent right here? So it's designed to go onto a strap or a belt. Now, the neat thing also is you can turn this and change this to the forward facing light without even turning it off. Now, another thing I want to show you is what comes underneath here, which is our lanyard / charging cable. That's right. They do something really unique here. Let me show you. Now, the little charging box does have a spot for a lanyard, and that's probably where I'll end up putting this because it'll be nice to carry that whole thing. But you could also hook this on the clip. This clip is strong enough to hold that lanyard. But the really unique thing about this lanyard is it is also the charging cable. If you press these little buttons on either side of this, look at that. Comes out and you have a USB-C cable. USB-C to USB-C. Now, because this case is also a battery, you could plug in this USB-C cable and you could charge another accessory or a phone in the case of an emergency. And take a look at this. This right here, if you pull this out, it has an Apple Lightning cable to a USB-C adapter. So look at that. We can just plug that in, and let me see if that will charge my phone. take a look at that. It is working, charging my phone. So you got a built-in little emergency phone charger just in this lanyard. The lanyard / charging cable also has a little ruler built in, which is pretty neat. Now to put it back together, these little clips just have to face out, or those little tabs, and then just pop it back in, and it's ready to go. Now the battery in here is 1,000 milliamp hour, and this case is an additional 3,000 milliamp hours. So you do have a total of 4,000 milliamp hours with the light and the case. Because this case has this cover, it acts as a little bit of a lantern. You see it kind of diffuses that light, and you could use this in a tent or any type of camping light, just like you would a little lantern. And you can also change the brightness and make that a little bit lower. Now the light itself only weighs 65 grams or 2.29 ounces. And this does have the IP65 waterproof rating. So that means it'd be okay in the rain. Again, you're not going to want to take this diving or anything like that underwater, but it seems like a little bit of rain will be fine. Another thing that I think is neat about this light is that the base is magnetic. So take a look at this. I mean, when you're working on a car or under a hood or anything like that, turn this on and just set it right there, and it will light up your work area. And the fact that you can swivel that head, you can get just about any angle depending on what you're working on. I think that's a really neat feature. Just sticks like that right to the tailgate. And that's a pretty strong magnet. Well, that's pretty much it on the light and everything that I can think of here. Definitely like the way that this feels, but I'd like to show you what it looks like at night. So we'll take this down to the park here in just a little bit when it gets dark and go through each of the different modes and show you what it looks like. Let me just turn on the light. There's 150 lumens. You can kind of get a feel for what that looks like. Again, I've got the blue body light on. If we want to turn that off, we just have to press 5 times. And the blue light turns off. 5 times again, and it turns back on. And then we'll just cycle through the other settings. There's 1 lumen. It doesn't really light up too much. There's level 2 or 50 lumens. Again, there's the 150 lumens. It does put out quite a bit of light. And then double click to turbo. And there you go. You can see all the way the edge of that field. And that's a nice light pattern. And then we'll run through the strobe feature here real quick. So again, warning if you have sensitivity to light. And triple press again to get to SOS. And then we'll click that. And now it's off. Now let's take a look at the red light feature. There you go. That's the 1 lumen in the red light. And then press and hold. That takes it to 80 lumens. Very impressive red light. I've got the X3 in this box now, and I just wanted to show you what the lantern feature looks like. So if we turn that on, that's a perfect little tent light. Now when you have it in the lantern mode, it's only going to cycle between the 1 lumen and looks like this one here is the 50 lumen, but it's not going to go brighter than that. For example, even if you take it out and you turn it on turbo all the way up to 700, if we put it in the lantern or in the charging box, you can see that it drops back down. Pull it back out and see it's showing that it's only at 50 lumens. I'm sure that that's so that this doesn't get too hot and melt. Well, that's pretty much it. Now, because the battery in here is not replaceable or serviceable, this is somewhat of a disposable light. And I know that that's a huge turnoff for some of you. That might be the only negative for me as well. As you can see, it's really bright for the size. That definitely puts out a lot of light, especially that red light. It's very impressive. Again, on the blue light for the body, not entirely sure that I love that. It's a neat feature, but probably something that I will turn off most of the time. Now, this is a sponsor video in the sense that Wuben did send me this light in exchange for this quick little unboxing and review video, and I just have to say I really do like this light, and I love the fact that you have this extra little charging case. Now, of course, that's similar to some of the other lights out there as well. They do have these additional charging banks or charging cases. I love the fact that it's got that cool little lanyard / cable, so you'll always have a cable with you, and I really like the fact that it's got the iPhone because I do carry an iPhone, so I'll be able to even charge my phone in the case of an emergency. You can tell that they put a lot of thought, time, and effort in designing and building this light. Even in the package or the box that this comes in, it's just a very cool, very neat design. This would make a great gift for just about anyone. I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. And of course, I'll get a link in the description where you can pick up this exact same light as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.